Hi guys, this is Saturday, day 6 of the Holy Week Devotional. Let me read Luke chapter 22. Now the men who were holding Jesus in custody were mocking him as they beat him. They also blindfolded him and kept asking him, "Prophesy, who is it that struck you?" And they said many other things against him, blaspheming him. As I read these terrible words, I found myself saying to Jesus, I'm sorry, Jesus, forgive me. I felt myself to be an actor here, not just a spectator. I was so much part of that ugly gang that I knew I was as guilty as they were. I felt that if the rage of God should spill over onto these soldiers and sweep me away too, justice would have been done. I wasn't there, but their sin was my sin. It would not have been unjust for me to fall under their sentence. Has it ever bothered you that sometimes in the Old Testament, when one man sins, many get swept away in the punishment God brings? For example, when David sinned by taking a census of the people, 2 Samuel 24:10, there died of the people from Dan to Beersheba 70,000 men. In another example, Achan kept some of the booty from Jericho and his whole family was stoned. Maybe my experience in reading Luke 22 is a clue to the divine justice in this. An analogy came to my mind. The heart of humanity are like a molten mantle beneath the surface of the whole earth. The molten lava beneath the earth is the universal wickedness of the human heart. The rebellion against God and the selfishness toward people, here and there, a volcano of rebellion bursts forth which God sees fit to judge immediately. He may do so by causing the scorching, destructive lava to flow not only down the mountain which erupted, but also across the valleys which did not erupt, but which have the same molten lava of sin beneath the surface. The reason I confess the sin of beating Jesus, even though I wasn't there, is that the same lava of rebellion is in my own heart. I've seen enough of it to know. So even though it does not burst forth in such a volcanic atrocity as a crucifixion, it is still deserving of judgment. If God had chosen to rain the lava of their evil back on their own heads, and some of it consumed even me, I would not be able to fault God's justice. We may wonder why God chooses to recompense some evils immediately and not others, and we may wonder how he decides whom to sweep away in the judgment. Why 70,000? Why not 50,000 or 100 or 10? Why Achan's wife and not the greedy neighbor 2 tents down? I doubt that answers are available to us now. We are left to trust that these decisions come from a wisdom so great that it can discern all possible effects in all possible times and places and people. How widely the lava of one person's rebellion and judgment will flow lies in God's hands alone. And I believe that from Romans 8:28, that even though the lava of recompense overtakes me at a distance from the volcano, there is mercy in it. I do not deserve to escape, for I know my own heart. But I trust Christ, and so I know the judgment will be turned to joy. Though he slay me, yet I will trust him. For precious is the sight of the Lord, is the death of his saints. That's today's devotional, and that last couple of sentences reminds me of the song, I think, Though You Slay Me. I will post a link to the song if you want to listen to it and meditate on the words. And when you sing it, that you don't just sing the words, but may that be the prayer for your heart, so that that it will nurture your heart in the midst of difficulty. See you tomorrow.